Yes. 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 Wait a second. This is a pinball game. Hey, I am the Game Collector, and this is Second Opinion Games. And today I review Star Wars Pinball for pretty much every system ever, including the one that's probably in your pocket.
Second Opinion Games.
Yes, Star Wars Pinball. Kind of an awkward choice here, I know. It's kind of like running into Admiral Ackbar at the grocery store. You need groceries anyway, and seeing him there is kind of weird, but you go with it, and you end up having a great time inviting him to the bar and getting really drunk with Admiral Ackbar, who looks kind of like a fish. And you know what? This whole story is just taking a tangent that I don't want to take. What I want to get back to is pinball is great. Star Wars is great. Mixing them together is freaking awesome, especially when it is done right. And Star Wars Pinball does nearly everything right. Matter of fact, I can't come up with a single complaint that I actually have an answer for myself in this game. So that kind of means I'm just nitpicking if I do come up with any complaints. And if you start nitpicking at games, trying to find something bad to say about them, then you're pretty much a loser and have no business reviewing video games to begin with. Unless you're really, really good at it, I guess. But back to the pinball game. The music, of course, is timeless. And it is incredibly fun to play this game. The music really does set the tone for nearly every table. And there are quite a few tables here. Now, not every table has great music. The Han Solo table in question has the Cantina level, and some people really like the music that goes on. I think it's really not quite fitting. But for the most of the tables, and most of the game in general, the music is perfectly fitting. Sometimes getting me so pumped up, I forget that I'm actually playing pinball and think that I'm playing something a little more action intense. And there is quite a bit of action here, especially when you get into some of these pinball machines that have certain missions that you have to accomplish. Well, pretty much all of them have the missions, but accessing the missions is a little difficult. Usually you have to hit a select ramp a few times to even get into the mission you want to play, and then play you do. And when these missions come at you, they come at you fast and hard. Sometimes I fail them horribly, horribly bad, just because seeing Darth Vader still instills fear into me to this day. And that is actually one of the coolest parts about the game. On top of it, the character models here look like they could be done on the GameCube, but if this is running on your smartphone that's in your pocket, well, it doesn't really cause a major issue. You could play it on the Vita, the Wii U, the Xbox 360, or the PS3. No matter what, you can find this game is what I'm getting at, and it is awesome. There are tons of different cabinets. The Boba Fett table here is super, super fast, and that is probably one of my littlest complaints about this game, is that in some tables the ball moves very, very quickly, and there is no perceivable option to slow down that ball. So you kind of have to react very, very quickly and use every inch of skill that you might have to basically get the high score in pinball. And you could be playing for 10, 20 minutes on a single board and still think it's fresh. Now, I know, like I said before, that was a minor complaint. One of my favorite things, though, when I go into an arcade and start looking at pinball machines is just looking over the cabinets, seeing how well they're made, and examining them thoroughly. Well, you definitely get to do that here. When you go into each level, it does a quick overview of each cabinet, and they're all stunningly beautiful. They might seem a little simplistic to some people, But I think these things are super complex, and they still amaze me. Sometimes they can do things that only video game pinball can do, and other times they'll act just like a real pinball machine. Matter of fact, I think if you told me that these were all real machines, I would completely believe you. Except for one thing, they're not quarter munchers. All of them seem very, very fair. Occasionally you will have a death that doesn't feel like it's your fault whatsoever, but every game you play feels fair. Every single table feels fair. And unfortunately, all of them are really, really good, but I can't get my hands on one that I really want, but yeah, I'm just not willing to spend any more money on this. And that's the Force Awakens cabinet, which I know is going to be great, and I'm probably going to break down and buy it here relatively soon. Also, if you're playing on the Wii U, some things could be going on the bottom screen that are really, really cool, but just like you people sitting at home, you'll never see it because you actually have to focus on the top screen so stinking much. But again, minor complaints here and there with an overall great package. Now, before I wrap up this whole review of me rambling on and on about how good this game goes, I just didn't even touch on all of the great little things this game has to offer, like multiplayer modes, split screen head-to-head, worldwide tournaments, and new games that are continuously being released all the time. This is extremely good. I don't want to put it down even the slightest bit. The ball physics are pretty much spot on, and there was hardly ever a time that I thought, you know, it just doesn't feel right. There's a weird struggle between the balance of the light and the dark side going on. Some of the TIE Fighter levels I even love. The Darth Vader level is a masterpiece. Pretty much in general, any of these pinball machines can be played for hours, and you still won't see everything, and you probably won't complete your mission either. I could talk about this all day, but this is just turning into a complete and total ramble, and I really don't want to waste you guys' time. So in summary, to wrap this whole thing up, is Star Wars Pinball the best pinball game ever made? Well, probably not. However, I would say it might be the second or third best. This is extremely good pinball action, and the only time you're probably gonna get better pinball is if you happen to own a pinball arcade at your house. But that's just my opinion. Thanks for watching.
Target. Yes, feel it. A desolate place this is. Our master won't be pleased, R2.
Hey, thanks for watching this video, and I hope you liked it. I just want to leave you with one more thing. Next time you want to get into a true Star Wars experience and think about revisiting the movies, instead, reach for a Star Wars video game, or just a pinball game. You just might find something new that you'll absolutely love. That's my point, and that's all I'm really trying to say here. But until later, I'll see you again.
No, this whole mission thing is